Weight loss and wellness. I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today.
Hey, good morning. It is Coach Darcy here by herself while Coach Monica is out there saving the world. Hello, this is KM Health Coaching. It is Tuesday, Coach's Corner, and I'm excited to be here. We're going to be talking about a few things, but first of all, I'm going to ask you to share out this video. That helps us to get the word out. It helps us to, inform people. It helps us to just connect. And by you sharing, that is super helpful. I'm going to do that because I'm on my computer and I was not able to share onto my group. So speaking of my group, if you are interested in the things that's on Coach Darcy's mind, go over to the Weight Loss Project. And then Coach Monica also has hers. She has a food addiction and recovery group. So if you have not followed our groups, go find us, go seek us out. We are going to be, sharing some new things that's coming up soon. And I have, like I said the last time I was by myself, I have a nudge to start a 30-day carnivore group soon. I don't have the date. I don't have the time. I just need to get through school. This is our last week of summer break. Unfortunately, for some of you, this is the last week for maybe just a few days. Maybe school starts tomorrow for some of you, which is so unfortunate that we're leaning into July. Come on. Like, who can I talk to? Like, why are we doing this to our kids? Anyway, we're not going to go on that rant. But it is next week for my kids where they are going back to school. This week they're dipping their toes into the classroom, doing some things with school already. So that's kind of what's going on here. And you hop on, please say hello. I want to know that I'm talking to people today, not to myself. But I would love to. Let's see, I'm going to open up the chat room here so that I can see your comments. And if you have questions, I will do my best to conversate about it. But today we're going to talk about energy. And I'm going to promote and highlight a certain book that I would highly encourage you to read. It is something, especially if you have a family member or maybe yourself that is dealing with mental health issues. Maybe you are dealing with someone that may have Alzheimer's or dementia, which is also known as type 3 diabetes. And, it's just going to be a great, or hey, hold on, before I start talking about what else is good for. Also, if you are complaining about like brain fogginess yourself, where you just feel like you can't think straight and it doesn't matter how much coffee you consume, things are just not clearing up. They're not waking you up. You just don't have the energy. You don't have the motivation. You are just on the struggle bus. This, what we're going to kind of knock on a little bit today. And maybe on another time when I have our host of Coach Monica with me, we can talk about it a little bit more in depth. But we don't want to make it super sciencey where we just don't understand. Like, well, that just doesn't make sense. I like to even have people like if you're, I don't know, if you're like me, I like to have like a summary of what we're talking about. Okay, what does this mean? You just said a whole bunch of big words. You just said a whole bunch of things. What does that mean? in a not dumbed down version, but in a simpler form. And that's what I think Coach Monica and I do best, is that we understand it and then we like to make it into a simpler form for all of us, because that's how I remember it. I don't remember certain huge words. It doesn't make me look and sound smarter by being able to say these giant words that just mean, oh, you just mean that this is the way our body functions. Okay, cool. This is the root. This is the door. This is the opener here. Okay, I got it. So we're just going to pinpoint that. And I think that the book that I'm about to talk about does a great job of that, especially from a professor over in Harvard with a PhD and a doctorate, all of those things. Very highly intellectual person, and it just makes it like, oh, I get it. I like that analogy. I live my life based off analogies. It's great. So that's kind of a snippet about what we're going to go into today. So please hang in there. I'm going to do my best by myself. I love having Coach Monica here to be like, hey, you forgot to pinpoint this, or you forgot to say this. And so, yeah. If you can hear me and you are out there, please, please, please say hello. I want to say hi to you. But here's some things there's a list of things that KM Health Coaching / Coach Monica has been very, 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 very busy. She's been a busy bee on this, and I'm excited about it because it is a game changer for KM Health Coaching. We have so many things that we offer. I mean, you guys, if you wanted to, you could sign up to be a certified health coach, because we have that. We certify people to be health coaches, and not we, as in I and Coach Monica. I don't do anything for you. Coach Monica certifies, and she does all of that sort. But KM Health Coaching us together, like as a whole, which is basically Coach Monica and myself. I have to say that. But we as a whole provide a lot of different programming. So we've got that, like I said, coaches, like if you want to be a health coach, we certify, even for carnivore, like carnivore, keto, like fasting, things like that. So it's great. And then my new favorite is that we've basically taken the program and turned it around and made this available for anyone that's prevented from joining in on a program and wanting to actually turn their life around and get serious about their health. We have made it affordable. And the way that we have made it affordable is that now we have subscription-based programming. And we have 3 programs, main programs, because we have a lot more programs than that. Which I will name in a second. But we have the 3. We have our one that's called Essentials. We have Accelerate, and we have Premier. And they pretty much they describe what they are based off of their names. But if you are wanting to dive into the keto world and maybe even the carnivore world, and you just want to know the basics, you're self-driven. You want accountability, but you don't really feel like you need a coach for that. We have got that essential program that puts you into group. It gives you an hour-long conversation with yours truly or Coach Monica. And then we also have, I said group, coaching, accountability, tracking, all the basics. So it's very self-driven with a little push by a coach. And then Accelerate is the next level up. And the next level up is, getting two calls with a coach for that month. And then we have you in with all the other things. And then Premier is like one-on-one with the coach. It is hardcore, where you're like, I just need somebody to guide me, take my hand and guide me. I need you. And there is nothing wrong with that. Most of my successful clients have that one-on-one weekly call, like just there. It's great. So that was a quick summary of what our subscription based, but what makes it subscription based is that we ask for one month is a price of 300, or depending, we'll use essentials as an example. So you're going to pay like $300 first month, and then the next month, then the price drops down to 150 something, like something like that. Off the top of my head, I should probably know that. But then you pay month to month, and we ask you to commit to 3 months. Give us 3 months, and then you can choose if you're going to continue with that subscription base, and then just keep going. Just keep going until you hit your goal, or until you feel like you're strong enough that you can do this, and that you got all the wisdom in the world, which that's what we like to do here at KM Health Coaching. We want you to learn the basis and the foundation of how to have food peace. I don't want to say food freedom, but it's like peace in what you are eating. And so anyway, enough about that. So today I'm going to take a little bit off of Dr. Chris Palmer with Brain Energy. You can't really see that because I always take the covers off of them. I feel like it's like classy and with it out, the cover, but the cover it's blue. And so I took it off. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I do. But I need to keep this close by me here. So Brain Energy is it's a great book to point out the importance of what you feed your body is how your brain is going to function. It's that whole commercial of like, you are what you eat. I don't know if you guys remember that one. I don't know if it could not have been a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. It might have been. I don't think it was, but it was one of those commercials way back in the 90s where it was talking about you are what you eat. And that did not sink in until now. Like, oh, that is so true. Like your energy, your brain functionality, all of those things, if you're not feeding it, it makes sense. So, and here's a great relatable analogy. And maybe some of you don't understand that there's like at a fuel pump, there's like at least 3 or 4 different options. Usually like the typical car that's basic takes the regular. It's nothing fancy. Most cars do this. But if you have like a fancy car, and please do not say like, oh, my body is not fancy. Like, we're not going there. We're going with just stick with me here. If you have like a fancy car that needs a different type of fuel for it to run, you're not going to put regular fuel in that car because, first of all, the engine is not going to run properly. It's going to run clunky or clanky, one of those. It might do both. If you are putting regular gas in a diesel fuel vehicle, it's not going to run. It's not going to like the fuel. It's, it might run, but it's just not like, I don't know. It's not going to run for very long. It's a diesel. If you are having premium, if you have to put premium in your vehicles, you have to put the premium, good quality fuel in that car because that's what makes it run smooth. That's what the body of the car and the engine needs for that car to run. Now, let's flip that to ourselves. If we are fueling our body every single day with foods that are lacking in the nutrients, you can only imagine how your body is going to run as a whole. The best part is that your brain and your gut are basically the 2 brains in your body. So you've got your main brain and then you got your second brain here in your gut. When one of them is not happy, the other one is struggling now too. Vice versa. If your gut is struggling, your brain's going to struggle. So they go hand in hand. You can't just take a body part and say, "Oh, my liver's bad." Well, why is your liver bad? What else is going on in your body? Like, they're all linked together. It is a whole piece. You can't just work from the liver, you can't just work from the heart, you can't just work from the gut. They all work together as a whole. So, um I'm going to talk about I'm going to read this actually. We're going to talk about the metabolism. When your metabolism goes off track, it's not just your waistline that suffers, it is your mood, it is your focus, and it's your mental clarity that takes the hit too. So all of it works as a whole. You are needing to focus on the root cause of what is the thing that runs everything and is all over your body, and that is the mitochondria. Is everywhere, right? And the mitochondria is the powerhouse. It is the thing. It's the factory that makes everything run. And so when you are filling your foundry or your factory with garbage all the time, that's as well as your foundry is going to work. It's going to be like, okay, I am not liking this fuel. I'm going to pass it on to the liver, and I'm going to pass it on to the pancreas, and I'm going to pass it on to here because I can't use this. And so when that's all it's given, then it has to adjust and be like, okay, I'm going to utilize this for the best that I can, but it's not going to be the best that I can. It's going to be subpar. I hope that makes sense. Please let me know in the comments if this is like you're being a scatterbrain right now. Be kind though. Be kind to my scatterbrainness. But what happens is what Dr. Palmer talks about is he's saying like the mitochondria is super important to the point where this is converting the food and oxygen into energy that regulate brain functions like the neurotransmitters, like those things that make pathways into your brain that you make energy back and forth, those neurotransmitters, they that production those productions, and then resort to stress responses. So all of these like play out. And so when you're not feeding your body what you need to be feeding it, it's going to affect the brain big time. That's my point of this. So let's go back to the fuel. This goes for all categories, right? This goes for people who claim to be keto. This is for people who claim to be carnivore. This is for people who claim to be intermittent fasters. This is people who eat the standard American diet. This goes for all of us because we can turn any of these diets, any of these lifestyles into just a convenient way of eating in which we are saying that, oh, I went keto, and it didn't work for me. I went crazy. Or I went carnivore and I just never felt good. I eat the standard American diet and I have all these health issues. Like there's a point to that is because we are not focusing on nutrient dense foods. We are focused on convenience. So for example, you've got I'm sorry if your name is Jane. Jane just popped in my head. I have Aunt Jane. Hi, Aunt Jane. But so let's take Jane. She goes day to day, eating, maybe she'll have coffee in the morning. She'll maybe have a piece of bacon and an egg. That's a great start. It's a great start. And then when it comes to lunch, she's got a deli meat. She's got lettuce. Let's add something else. I'm going to say, I'll say a roll with that. Okay. So all of these foods that she's consuming, they might be ideal, but nutrition wise, you've got deli meat that is overly processed. It's not just slices of ham off of the meat. They have to process all of those deli meats and grinding them up for you. Your mouth's supposed to do that. Eggs is another one where you are not chewing a whole lot versus like having a steak. That there's certain densities in foods that you're consuming. Okay, so then you've got the egg. The bacon might be the closest thing to a chewing and slower digestion process than the other ones. And then let's go to dinner. For dinner, she had, let's see, some. Oh, let's see. What's something that somebody's got? Let's say chicken. Chicken's okay. Um, Chicken, and then maybe some yogurt, some cheese. What else? What else do normal people eat? I don't even know anymore. So you've got those choices. There is the fast form of digestion, and you wonder why. So this is my curiosity. I wonder when people eat things like that are so like already processed and pureed, hardly having any action of the chewing, like how long do they feel full from that? How long? I mean, the digestion goes really quick. There's a reason why I'm bringing all this up, guys. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on the vitamins that they got from those foods. Not a whole lot. Let's talk about the minerals. There's probably some minerals in there. Probably a good amount of protein from the chicken. Some things maybe that the lettuce may have had a little bit of the vitamins. If you just look at as a whole, and if somebody eats like that every single day and just focuses on the same thing every single day, like they're not getting the energy from a variety of proteins, animal proteins, especially beef. They are not getting a whole lot of natural GLP-1. Like they're probably gonna be hungry because they just had like a whole bunch of salad and some dairy there. Point is, you've got to focus on the nutrient dense foods in order to support your mitochondrial health. The reason why I say that there's these keto people, because they focus on the keto treats. They focus on maybe some nuts, and they focus on little handfuls of this and that. Carnivore, they focus on eating the same like deli meats or overly processed meats, that they are not focused on like the whole animal. Like that's adding the livers and all of those sorts of things, like the importance of the nutrients from the meats. We are over processing these foods, so we're taking out a lot of the nutrients that you would get if you were just having like a steak, or if you were having some liver, which I don't do liver. Side note, I eat what do I eat? The organ meat complex. So I will have like little capsules that have dehydrated those things. Now, is that the best option versus like the real deal? Probably not, but it's as close as I'm getting. I've had the liver. I just can't do it yet. I can't. And then there's cow tongue, all those things, cow brain. That's where all the nutrients is, and we're not eating that. So when we are not eating those nutrient dense foods, we are keeping that away from what our brain needs, from what our gut needs. And not everybody every single day. What I'm saying is that maybe you are very health conscious, and you might be saying, well, Darcy, you're wrong. I eat like this. Well, I don't know what you eat. But there's people that complain out there that are losing their hair, that are like, I just don't have energy, or I am feeling weak, or I feel crummy, and I'm eating whole foods and blah blah blah. Those are the people I'm talking to. There's people out there that are very focused on eating the animal as a whole, not just focusing on one type of meat protein or even plant protein. So if that's you, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about all the people who are struggling and complaining about the energy. Are you giving your body enough healthy fats to, because your brain is made up of majority. It's like the fattiest organ, and that is the thing that we are preventing our body from having, is those natural fats, as such as, the fats from the meats. So we're always focused on these lean meats, or butter or ghee, or even lard, things like that, where we are withholding those fats from our body, when our brain is starving for it. We can give our brain all of the lion's mane mushrooms that we want. That is probably has zero fats. I would have to look at it right now, but if you want to do that for me, you can see how much fat you're getting from the lion's mane. There's a lot of great nutritional properties in certain vegetables and funguses. But my point is that, when our brain is not getting the nutrients that it needs, such as those healthy fats, as that I just mentioned, and then you're not feeding your gut the other portion of foods that it craves, they're not going to work well. That's the point of all of my rambling today, is they're not going to work well when you are not feeding it well. Even if you're carnivore, keto, what are the, I don't even know. There's so many diet choices out there. When you're not feeding your body well, and you're focused on convenience and ultra processed foods, and you're not focused on giving your body the nutrients that it needs, it's not going to function well. It's not going to be like, there's no number of coffee, energy drinks, that's going to give you what your body needs. It's giving you energy in a little bit, but it's not like it's going to adapt. Like, you could go up to 12 cups of coffee, and it's not giving you the nutrients that your body needs to function and give you mental clarity. So focusing on the root is, okay, well, what can I then put in my body that will help my mitochondria? It is the food choices that you're consuming. So that's where you need to focus, is, okay, is this going to help my powerhouse cells that go all around my body, in and out of my, around my organs, transporting all these nutrients to all the places that it needs? Am I doing that well? If I'm feeling A, B, and C, and it's all of those are negative, then, okay, what can I do to turn that around? What does my body need? Is it eating out all the time that's possibly making me feel crummy? Because most of those foods are, they don't have the nutrients that you need. We are so deprived in our bodies. We are so deprived of the nutrients. We are nutrient deficient in so many ways. That's why we feel the way we feel. So, other than that, I feel like this is going to be a very short one, because I don't like talking by myself. I miss Monica. But just think of how, the illnesses that you are carrying, there could be a root reason, and it could come down to what you feed your body. You are what you eat. You are feeding your body the wrong fuel. And so that means that you are not going to run properly. Without going into so much more details and boring science and blah, 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 go read Christopher Palmer's Brain Energy and learn how important those healthy fats are for your mental health, for the energy that you need every single day, for being able to build your mitochondria strong and able to then go up to your brain and give that energy into your brain. There's so much great things that your brain is capable of, but we have deprived it. Aside from all that, I just challenge you to take a look at your food choices. How well are you being fed? What are you eating every single day? If you're feeling low energy, you're probably missing certain nutrients. You're probably feeding yourself way too many ultra processed foods. Get those out of your house. Get those out of your life. That is not good for you. and it is not helping your situation. So, there's so much science behind all of this that I could just geek out on, but we're not going to do that today. Aside from that, we have another new program. I want to wait for Coach Monica to be on this live, but I'm just going to say the sugar surrender system. And when you see that, jump on that. Okay. Get it. It is going to be a great benefit for all of you out there. And aside from that, let's see, am I missing out on any other announcements? Nope. So go check out the subscription base. It's affordable, ready for you to jump in on. We see what our economy is, and we should have done this a while ago, but we were in denial, I think. But now that we're not in denial and we are, we wanting to make this available for everybody. Like, we want everybody to be able to afford this group accountability, coach accountability, month-to-month subscription. We want everybody to be able to have the chance to do that. So please do that and sign up. Check us out at kmhealthcoaching.org, and you'll find those the information. Our story is on there. You can learn about Coach Monica. You can learn about myself, and then sign up. You can even schedule a free session to kind of figure out where you need to go and what you need to do to get started. And so there's that option as well. So it is Tuesday, and I'm only doing this for 37 minutes. That's it, because nobody's talking to me. Everybody's being shy. They're all like working or something and have so much more to do than listen to me ramble on. But next week will be August. It will be August. And so Coach Monica will be back, and we will have a conversation again about fun stuff. I missed out on group last night, and I heard that they talked about the circle of control, which is a great topic, and which we all need to have, is the circle of control. When you sign up with group, you get to have conversations like that. They're super motivating, super great for accountability and moving forward on your weight loss journey, or even just your metabolic health journey, whatever you're trying to do health-wise. Like, it's a great group because we're all like-minded in the way that we want to put our health first, and we're tired of feeling crummy and gross every single day. Aside from that, well, I'm going to close out, and like always, I'm not a professional at closing out this window, so I'm gonna do this. Bear with me. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we will talk to y'all on the flip side. Bye.
Hey, it's Coach Monica here. Guess what? If you're fed up with feeling stuck in your battle with weight or food, I've got something just for you. Check out our free Facebook groups. Over at Food Addiction and Recovery, I'm over there waiting for you. We're going to walk this journey together. It's about getting real, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. We're in this together every step of the way. And if you're curious about changing your life with keto, the Weight Loss Project is where you want to be. Coach Darcy is amazing. And together, we're not just talking about losing weight. We're talking about finding a happier, healthier you. So, what do you say? Are you ready to join us? The links are in the show notes below, and I'm telling you, this is more than an invite. It is the start of something great. We can't